I'm here to discuss the recent news actually. So recently we've heard that you've had your next opponent announced, which is Michael Conlan. Purse bids have been won by Matchroom and the show will be broadcasted on The Zone. Can you tell us a bit more about your next opponent and the details of your next fight, please?
It's a massive fight. It's a great fight, one for the fans for sure. So I'm fighting Michael Conlan from Ireland, unbeaten, former Irish Olympian. I'm not sure if you'll recall the Olympic Games when he stuck his fingers up to the judges. I think he felt like he was robbed of a medal, of a gold medal. So great fighter, great amateur pedigree. I think he won gold in the Worlds as well, which is quite rare. So he's got a great pedigree, a great skill set on him, and it's going to make for a really good fight, an exciting fight.
Have you got any actual details on the likely date and venue of the fight? Yeah.
So we're aiming for March. Obviously, I've just come off a shoulder injury, which I'm making great progress with. Hopefully, as things progress as they are, I'll be punching within the coming weeks, and we can aim for March. If I don't continue to make the progress I am, then maybe put back a little bit, but hopefully I was on track and aiming for March.
Okay, great. And any idea of the venue at this stage?
So I really want a homecoming in Nottingham. I've not boxed in Nottingham since 2019 against Doyle, and since then I've gone away and won a British title, a European title and a world title. I feel like my following's growing really big, and I'd love to come back to Nottingham and have a homecoming fight. And I think this would be big enough to warrant a fight at the City Ground or even in the ice arena. But the time of year, March, it is quite cold. The football season's still on. The likelihood of it, it does knock it down a little bit. But it's doable. It's definitely doable. If not, there's talks of Madison Square Garden, New York. So we'll see what happens. Obviously I want the Nottingham fight. I think I want it for the people, and I want it for, just like I said, the homecoming, and I'm champion, so why not fight in my home city?
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so the fight itself, you've spoke a little bit about Michael, his pedigree. So you're in the ring together now. What do you actually expect from the fight when it unfolds?
So I don't want to give too much away. Obviously, I said before, I've got a great team. Ben Davison and Leigh, they do a scouting report on our opponents. So everything will be broken down, what he's good at, his flaws, how I capitalise on them flaws. So this is probably like one of the biggest things going into this fight that's on my side, having this team around me and knowing what I need to do. And I'm 100% confident in getting it done on the line. I don't want to give too much away.
What would you say at the moment though, from what you do know, without going too much into it at this stage, as you're not in full training yet because of the shoulder injury you had, what would you say, just from the outside looking in, bits and pieces you do know, are Michael Conlan's best and worst attributes at this stage?
I don't want to talk about it because obviously these videos will be watched very meticulously by people on his side, and all I'm saying is he's come out with a few interviews already. One of them he said, look, he's fighting me and is expecting his toughest fight today. He's a really good fighter. He's expecting a hard night, and then today he said that he's going to beat me comfortably. So he's already contradicting what he's saying. If I'm his hardest fighting, he's going to beat me comfortably, but he's not beat anyone recent times comfortably. Right. I think he's contradicting himself. But it's nice that he's got his confidence because it's going to hopefully make for a great fight on the night.
Yeah, and I suppose what would be interesting to know, do you think this fight is actually going to be harder than your world title fight?
You have to expect a hard fight. You have to expect a hard fight every time. And every time now since being with Ben, I only had a short period of time with him, with the setup and how things work and the way I was doing things before the mould fight. I think it was like 6 weeks. Then I've had a bit longer to work with him for the Kanzu fight, and I felt like my performance was even better. And obviously this time it's going to be pushing on more than a year with Ben, so I'm expecting my performance to be even better again. And I'm going to be pushing the bar all the time, physically, mentally, working on my homework, as you can say, outside of the gym. When I'm at home studying on my fight, on the things I need to study. So I think, I'm confident in my performance this time, being even better than my last fight. But like I said, you have to expect another fight, and that's why we train so hard, and that's why we put so much into it.
Okay, great. Michael Conlan does have really good Irish support. He's got a massive social media following, so I'm guessing he'll bring a really good crowd with him. How does that sort of play into things? Do you think that will help him?
I think it's always a good thing having home advantage, you could say, even if it's going to be Madison Square Garden, you know. I think it holds 20,000. So imagine there's 20,000. 90% of them are going to be Irish following. But look, the fans can't pick you off the floor. I know that for a fact. And I've boxed away before. I boxed in Sheffield when I boxed Wales, and it's been completely packed with Yorkshire, obviously for Kel on the top of the bill. And as soon as you start winning a few rounds and you get on top, they're not going to keep shying. They're not going to keep shying when you're losing rounds and you're getting beat up. So it is what it is. Might help him for the ring walk. That might make him feel good, but it's not going to happen for the fight.
So I suppose to end this interview, how do you predict the fight going? You said about him being on the floor. Do you think that would be the case?
Yeah, I think. I don't think his boxing one that can punch like me. I do rate myself to be one of the biggest punchers in the division. But he's a good boxer. And I think there will be spells this fight where it will run for his life, I think, and it's just a matter of time before I can get to him and cut him off.
Okay, thanks. That's great.
Don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Leigh.